Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Easy Learn Spot. Today we are going to learn the most popular programming language, Python. I have opened up Jupyter Notebook. I'm going to do the coding in the Jupyter Notebook today. If you don't know about the Jupyter Notebook before, you can very well watch my previous video on how to install Jupyter Notebook and the way of using the Jupyter Notebook. To follow this video, I have given the link of this Jupyter Notebook in the description. You can very well open up the Jupyter Notebook, keep it by side while watching the video. So you can very well follow that and you can view the code and run it on watching the video. Side by side, you will be able to practice the same coding. Okay, now let's start learning Python programming. So Python is a very popular programming language. It is one of the best language and it is a very easy language for beginners. Why we say that it is a very easy language for beginners? Because the coding is very simple and it is mostly written in English language format. None of the other programming languages have this easy coding format. So we call it as a great language for beginner level programmers, and we call Python as a high level interpreted interactive object oriented scripting language. Though Python is a scripting language, we call that as a high level programming language because it supports server side scripting as well as there is no need to compile then interpret the coding. We can directly interpret the coding and we can create many applications using this Python program. So we call it as interactive, and we can use classes and we can use OOPS concept as like in Java. So we call it as object oriented scripting language. So Python in today's software industry, it is used in most of the applications. Mainly we can see it is mostly used in artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data, data analysis. Everywhere we are using the Python programming language. As it is very simple to code, we use Python to solve more complex problems. So it is not only used by the software engineers, it is also used by the scientists, network engineers, mathematicians, web designers, or using Python as the programming language to develop the coding to solve complex problems as well as to develop multiple applications. So let's start the Python programming lesson. First, let's see how to print our output. So first, let's start with a simple print statement. So here we are going to just write print if I want to print some text. So as I say text, we call it a string. So string is one of the data type we use in Python. So string should be always enclosed in between the double quotes. So if I say print welcome to Python programming, so I click on this cell and click on run to execute this coding. You can see the output welcome to Python programming in this code. Welcome to Python programming as the output. So this is the way to print out a simple string. Next, if I want to print blank lines, if you are a programmer who has already have some basic programming language, you might have already known that /n is for printing the blank lines. Here also we are going to use the same /n or \n to print the blank lines. So it should also be enclosed in between the double quotes, but it will do the functionality of the blank line. So again I run this code. Here I have given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blank lines. So here it have printed out 9 blank lines. I can use the same format, but instead of typing 9/n's, if I say 5 into /n. So only the /n should be enclosed in the double quotes. So automatically this will execute 5 into /n, 5 blank lines will be printed out. So next print statement is end command. Here I have given single text, welcome to. In the next line I have printed out Python programming, but without this end command, if I execute this statement, it will just print out as 2 different lines. I'll show you how to do it. See, I have removed the code, run it. See, it shows only welcome to. In the next line, it shows Python programming. Now, if I give end blank space, now if I execute the same output, you can see that welcome to Python programming shows in the same line, and the final end I have given some symbol, exclamatory symbol, it shows at the end of this line. So this is the benefit of using the end command. So it is just a continuation, it will make the 2 lines concatenate. So another type of print statement is range. So range of, it will print the range. What is the value that is stored here? So it starts from 0 till 5. This shows the index position of how many values are stored in this range command. Next print command is type of method. Type of method gives you the type of data type stored in that variable. So here I have given type of range of 5. So we already know the output. Range of 5 is 0, 5. And if we say type of range of 5 and we run this output, it says that the class is range. So if I give just 5 as my type and click on run, it says this is an integer. And if I say hello, it says it is string. So it gives you the type of data type, the value stored in. So the next topic which we are going to see is Python operators. So operator is nothing but for performing some operations. There are many types of operators available. In that we are going to see arithmetic operator. So arithmetic operator is for performing various arithmetic calculations, which is nothing but addition, subtraction, multiplication, and some of the mathematical calculations can be done using the arithmetic operators. So here I have given you all the operators which are called arithmetic operators. We have given 2 values and I have stored it in a name called x and y, which is nothing but called as variable. So in Python, there is no need to give the data type before the variable. It will automatically recognize the value which is initialized for that variable. If I store x equal to 10, it will automatically say that the value stored in x is integer. If I say x is equal to hello in between the double quotes, means it will automatically recognize it as a string value. So here we have stored two integer values and we are going to perform mathematical calculations. So here I have given x plus y, x minus y, x multiplication symbol y, x divided by y, and x modulus y, and x exponent y. So if I run this, you can see the output. X plus y is 15. It adds the value. X minus y is it subtracts the value. And 50 is the multiplication output. And 2 is the division output. And modulus output is the remainder after dividing this value. So exponent value is the 10 power 5. So it gives the value as 1 lakh. So next operator is the comparison operator. So comparison operator compare the values. It is going to compare the value which is in the left side with the value in the right side. So we have many comparison operators. Some of that are equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than, less than equal to, and greater than equal to. So now we are going to apply this in the variable values. So if I say x is greater than y, it will give you the output. See, it gives you that x is greater than y. Is it true or false? So it says it is false. X is greater than y is false because x is less than y. So x is greater than equal to y is again false. It is not equal to y as well as it is not greater than y. X is less than y is true. X is less than equal to y is also true because one of the condition is satisfied, so it says true. So x equal to y is false, which means that it is not equal to y. So it checks for the exact comparison. So x not equal to y is true. So if I give 50 here, if I change the output, then x equal to y is true and x not equal to y is false. The value gets reversed. So what is mean by true or false? So true or false is a Boolean data type which will say whether your output is yes or no. So we have already seen integer data type, string data type. Now here we have seen as a Boolean data type. So the next operator is Python assignment operator. Assignment operator is nothing but it is for assigning the value to the variable. So again, same as comparison operator, it is going to assign the value in the right to the variable in the left. So the various assignment operators are plus equal to, minus equal to, into equal to, slash equal to, and normal equal to is also an assignment operator. So if I say first number is equal to 13, this equal symbol is also an assignment operator. And I have given two variables, first number and second number. If I want to print it, I can just say that print first number. So your output will be first number is 13. So now we can see that I have given first number plus equal to 10. Print again, I printed out the first number. Now the value changed from 13 to 23 because it adds 10 with the already existing number 13. So 13 plus 10 is 23. Again, here itself I can use the symbol called minus. Again, if I execute this, it says that 13 minus 10 is 3. Same I can apply into and run the output. It says 13 into 10 is 130. So here again I can say that I'm just copying this variable and I use the symbol divide and I'm going to divide it by 3. So again I print the number. So print second number and execute this output. See, it divides the value. 17 divided by 3 is 5.6. So this is the way we use the assignment operators. So next is logical operators. So logical operators are used for conditional statements called if else. It checks whether it satisfies the condition or not and gives you the output in Boolean. So logical operators in Python are and, or, and not. So here we can see that x is equal to true, y is equal to false, print x and y. So it will check whether both the condition is satisfied or not. So this is true, this is false. So it says as false. The next condition is or. So x or y. Here one of the condition is true, so it says true. Print not x. It says that the not condition of x is false. So here it looks bit confusing. We will be using the same logical operators while using conditional statements. At that time you will understand this concept clearly. Next comes the membership operators, which is used for membership in a sequence such as list, strings or tuples. The membership operators used in Python is in, not in. This also we will be using in conditional statements, so we will learn during that time. And identity operators is to compare the memory location of two objects. The two identity operators used in Python are is not. Membership operator is in, not in. Here is not. In our future coding, we will see what are the membership operators and identity operators are. So the next concept we are going to move on to is string functions. So we already know that string is always enclosed in between the double quotes. So if I want to store it in a variable, I can give the variable name and I can give the string in between the double quotes. So some of the string functions are how to create functions. So how to run a function. So what does mean by function is it is going to perform some operation in the text whichever we have stored in the variable. So the syntax for applying the method function is here I have given as object dot function. In Python programming, we usually use object instead of variable. So we call the message variable as object here. So dot your function. So what operation you're going to perform in that object, we are going to use that after your object name. So always the method name should given with the parenthesis. So we are going to use a function name, open bracket and close bracket. Here we have used some simple functions, message.upper of, message.lower of, message.title. Message.upper of will convert this string to uppercase. Message.lower of convert that into lowercase and message.title of convert that to a title case. So here this is the uppercase conversion and lowercase conversion and title case conversion. Next we can see the trim methods. So if I want to trim the extra spaces in a text or in a string means we can use the trim methods. So for trimming out the spaces we are going to use the method called strip off. So strip off will strip both the spaces before and after the text, or strip off will strip off the space in the right side, and L strip will remove the space from the left side. So this is the trim methods. So these three trim methods will remove the space. So here it removes both the space from the left and the right side. Here it removes the right side space, but we can't see that in this coding. Here it removes the left space. So next, print message.find of pyt. So it will check whether our text has pyt characters. So it will check that and it will give you the position of that. So I have given message.find of PRO. So you can see that it shows the position as 18. So the index position is counted and it gives you the position of that letter which starts from. So this is find method, and replace method, it will check wherever we have the character P and it replace with PH. You can see that P is the character which is replaced with PH, and here also the character P is replaced with the PH. Now comes our membership operator, which is in and not in. So print PROG in message. It will check whether PROG is in the message. So if it is there, it gives the output in Boolean, which is true. And another statement is we are checking negative value, that is negative alphabets. If the character is not there, JSON is not there in this message string, so it will check and gives you false. So next is not in message. If it is not there, give me as true. So these are membership operators. Next comes the important function called slicing function. So this is the basic slicing function we are going to learn in Python. This will be used in our data analysis, data science programming also. So here we have given a string, welcome to Python programming. If I want to find the length of the string, I can use the method length of message. So it gives you the total number of characters including spaces. It counts the total number of characters in this object. Now if I want to print only the message of 0, the index position 0 is W, so it prints W. If I say -1, it starts from the reverse, so G will be printed. Next, the message of 0 to 5, so starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Till 4th character it prints. It leave out the last value. It starts from 0 till 4. Till 4. If I say 0 colon, it prints the whole text. The starting value index is 0. If I say colon 5, it starts from 0 and it stops with 4. So again the same output. 0 to 5 and colon 5 is same. If I just say colon, again it prints the whole text. This is what the slicing is. We are going to use the same slicing concept in list also. This is what our basic Python programming. So next concept is conditional statements. So what is mean by conditional statements? So we already seen conditional statements are for performing some conditions to check whether it is true or false. So some of the conditional statements are if, else, elif, nested if. So these are the conditional statements. So let's see a basic if else statement. So here I have given object age and I have stored the value as 2. If age is greater than equal to 18 and age is less than 60, he is eligible to drive. Else, we are going to print out he is not eligible to drive. So what does it mean? The age of the person, if he is greater than equal to 18 as well as he should be less than 60. Here comes our logical operator and. So and will check whether this condition as well as this condition is satisfied. So if both the conditions satisfied, it will print this statement. Otherwise, it will print not eligible to drive. So now I have stored the value as 2. So here it will replace the age with 2. So 2 is greater than equal to 18? No. And here it will check again 2 is less than 60? Yes. But this condition is not satisfied. So it says that he is not eligible to drive. Not eligible to drive. Now I change this value to 20. Again I run this statement. He is eligible to drive because the value is in between 18 and 60. So this is the way we check the condition. And in the same concept, if we are going to use OR operator, that is another logical operator, we have given another example. Department is equal to IT. If department is equal to CSE or department is equal to IT, print eligible to apply for this job. Else print not eligible to apply for this job. So here I have given IT. So it will check whether this is IT or this is IT. So if any one of the condition is satisfied, it will say eligible to apply for this job. So see, you can see eligible to apply for this job. So or condition, it will check whether any one of the condition is satisfied. Logical operator or checks whether any one of the condition is satisfied. So if I say completely different mechanical, then it says that not eligible to apply for this job. So next comes the not operator. So which says that I have given the name as Shivani. If not name is equal to blank. So not operator, again it is a logical operator and this is a comparison operator. It will check whether the name is not equal to blank. If not name is equal to blank, print name is Shivani. So this is not blank, something is stored in this object, so it displays the print statement. So then comes the ternary operator. Here we are going to reduce the number of lines of coding. We are using this ternary operator. So it will look like how we speak. It is written in the form of our language code, like message equal to eligible if age is greater than equal to 18, else it is not eligible. So it will print the message. So same if or else condition, but we have written in a single line. So it will say whether if age is greater than equal to 18, it says eligible because we have given age variable as 20 here. So it says eligible here. So our next concept is looping statement. In that we are going to see for loop. Here I forgot to tell you that for conditional statements, looping statement, functions and all, whenever we give the condition, we need to end with the colon. And you need to give 4 indent, minimum 4 indent, that is spaces before starting the next statement. So this is mandatory, otherwise it will generate the error. So here also for looping statements, we have for loop, while loop. In that, for loop is the most popular looping statement. So here the syntax of the for loop is for some variable name in Python. So we have given the text and we have given the colon. So what it will do is this text Python will be stored in the X. If I say print X, it will loop this text as characters and it will print out the characters one by one. Instead of giving the text directly here, we can say that range of 5. We already seen that range of 5 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I say print it out, it will print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next is for y in range of 2, 6. So what is mean by two values? First value is the starting range and the second value is the ending range. So it starts from 2 but it ends in 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Like slicing concept, here also we have end. We are going to end with the value before the end value. So the third parameter is, first one is the starting value, second one is the ending value, third one is the multiples. So for y in range of, see, starting value is 0, ending value says 8 here. Why? Because we have given 2 as a multiple. So 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Within this range, there are these many values. So 9 will not be printed out here. So this is what the basic for loop is. If we move on to nested loops, we are going to use two for loops. So for x in range of 4, which is 0, 1, 2, 3. Again for y in range of 3, which is 0, 1, 2. So what will happen here? These values will execute first and every time, see, it will show 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0. So this value is the x value. Whatever we have given, the first column is the x value. So range of 4 is 0 to 3. And the second is how many times the loop executes, 0 to 2. So it executes as many times. So this is called the formatted string concept. Here we have given it as f, which is formatted string, and we can separate the variable names in this curly brackets. So this is one of the concept for displaying the output in a clean way of displaying the output in Python. So next is while loop. So the same concept, but here what we are doing is, instead of giving everything inside your loop, we are going to initialize the value first, then we are going to write the condition, then we are doing the increment. So here I say I is equal to 1 while I is less than equal to 5. It will check the condition and print the value I. Then I say I is equal to I plus 1, which will increment the value by 1. So every time it executes the loop, when it comes to 5, it will come out and print the statement as done. So this is what the while loop is. Next topic is list. List is nothing but the collection of elements. It is the alternative way of listing out the items like array. It is mostly used in square brackets. It is in ordered format and it is changeable. It allows duplicate members. That is, duplicate values will also be allowed in the list. So now let's see some examples. I have given an object called letters with ABC as the items. To print multiple zeros, we can just give it 0 in a list format, multiplication symbol and 10. So the output will be 10 zeros. And C, I have given it as zeros plus letters. So whatever the output we got from zeros plus the letters, so this plus will concatenate both the values and print out in the output. Plus symbol has two functions. One is addition, the another one is concatenation. Next is how to iterate the list. So list of is a method for listing out the items. Here I have given inside the list method range of 20, which is 0 to 19. So it will list out the 0 to 19 values in a list format. Next one, I am using the same method, list of Python programming, which is a string. And if I list out, it splits it into individual characters. Even the space is also included. So the output will be displayed in a list format. Next is how to access the elements. So we can access the elements in list using index position. I have created an object called courses. So if I just say print of courses, it will print out all the elements inside the list. And if I just say courses of 2 means 0, 1, 2. The second index position value is Java, so Java will be printed out. Print of courses of -1 will print out the reverse value, which is PHP. Next concept is slicing index. So accessing the elements and slicing index we have already seen in string methods. We are going to use the same concept. So we are going to slice the items based on the index position. So here we are going to print courses of 0 to 3, which is 0 is the starting value and 2 is the ending value. So 0, that is C, C++ and Java will be printed out. Next is courses till 2. So 0 and 1 item will be printed out, that is C and C++. Next is courses of 2 colon, which is Java. It starts from 2 till the final value. Finally, courses of colon, which displays all the items in the list. So next, we have already seen list is changeable, so we can modify the elements inside the list based on its index position. So courses of 1, instead of C++, I want it to change it to .NET. So C++ will be changed to .NET. So to display every alternate items, which means that the same concept, list of range of 20, which is 0 to 19. If I give 2 colon, means it will display the items, which will skip the number of values. So here I have given 2, so it will skip every one value. Every alternate items will be printed out. So 0 to 19, it prints out all the alternate values. If I want to display the same concept in reverse order, means I can just give -1. So it starts from reverse 19 to 0. So this is what the basic concept of list is. Next, we can see the some of the methods in list. So we are using the same object, which is letters A, B, C. So print length of letters. So len of letters will print out the number of elements in the list. So we have 3 elements, so it prints out 3. Next, if I want to insert or append a value, I can give append of method. So append of 3. So what append will do is, it will append the value 3 to the end of the list. See, after 4, we have appended the value 3. Next, if I want to insert the items based on index position. So append is also for insertion, but it will automatically insert the value as the last item. Here, if I want to insert in between or based on index position, means I can use the insert method. So insert of 1 is the index, and here 6 is the number. See, in the first position, after 5, 6 has been inserted in the first index position. 2 will be there. It changes the index position of 2 to from 1 to 2. So if I want to use finding the items, we can use the method called index. So index of 6. So if I say index of 6, what is the index position of 6? So the index position of 6 is 1. So these are all default methods, but if I want to check a condition, then display the output. First, I am going to check whether 10 is in numbers, that is numbers input, and if it is there, I want to get the index position of that 10. If the number 10 is not there, it will print number 10 not in list. So we can check the output. Number 10 is not in list. Number 10 is not in list. So we have these many items. So I will change this value to 7, and here I am changing it to 7. Now I change the output. So the index position of 7 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is the output. So by simple means, I can use 10 in numbers. In is a keyword. So it returns as false because we don't have the value of 10. 5 in numbers, it is there, so it returns true as your output. So false and true. So if I want to copy the list, I can just say the name of the list dot copy of method. So it will copy all the items to list 1, which is a new list. See, the default list gets copied into list 1. So next is removing the items from the list. To remove the items from the list, we can use pop-off method. Here also the last item will be removed from the list. So if I want to remove 3, I can use pop-off method, which will remove the value 3. If I want to remove based on index position also, we can use the same method pop-off and give the index position. Here I have given 1. So 1 is 6. So 6 has been removed from the list. If I want to remove numbers, the exact value, means I can say remove of 2, which will remove the value 2 from the list. Here you can see that in this letters, I have given 2 instances of B, and I say remove of B. Let's what happens. See, the first instance of B is removed and the last instance still remains the same. We already know that list allows duplicate values. We have 2 instances of B. If I say remove of B, it removes the first B value and the last B value, second instance, remains there. We can also use del method. So del letters of 0 to 1. If I want to delete multiple items from the list, I can use this. So I said 0 to 1. So it will be, you can remove 0 to 2. So 0, 1 will be removed. See, 0 and 1 position will be removed. Why we have this output is already we first executed and it removes the A value. So now the index position C is 0, 0, 1 is removed. So the remaining output is EFB. Next is loop over list for X in A comma B comma C. So we already seen this in for loop. Say it listed out the elements. Same applies here, the for loop, but here we have included an if condition. If the value, that is score, starts with P, it will check with the individual items. If it starts with P, it says that available. If it is not, it says not available. So first two values it says not available, third value it is available, and I have given break statement, so it breaks out of the loop. Next is sorting list. We have used a method called sort of. So sort of is by default sorting out the items in ascending order. So it sorts the value. If I want to sort it in descending order, I need to give reverse equal to true in bracket. So it will change it to descending order. Now, if I say numbers, the final output is saved now. This is not correct because this is not my original list. Sort of method will change the original list, so that the new method called sorted off is used. So sorted off will not change the original list. Even though I perform this operations, it is in ascending order and I changed it to descending order. So sorted will not change the original list. We have a new concept called unpacking items. So we can unpack it to multiple names and we can print out. So we can split it and save it in an individual names. Index is 0 and letter is A. So here I have given 3 numbers, first, second, third, and we initialize to numbers. So automatically 1 will be stored in first, 2 will be stored in second, 3 will be stored in third. So if I want to store multiple values, I can use this concept, keyword arguments. So here 1 will be stored in first, 10 will be stored in last, the remaining all the values will be stored in star other. So if I run it, 1 is print of first, last value is 10, the remaining values are other. So this is what the list is. Our next concept is tuples. Tuples is a collection and it is also in an ordered format, but it is non-changeable and it is written with rounded brackets. Other than that, all the concepts remains the same like list. So here we have listed out our tuple object in between the rounded brackets, so we can print it out the values of the tuple. So tuples allows multiple data types like list, so we can store multiple data types, and it allows nested format, that is it can allow string. We can store list as a tuple. So if we create one element, our tuple has one element means it needs to end with a comma. We can't just write it in this format. So it is recommended to end with a comma. See, before we saw a string, Why? Because I'm removing the comma here. I run the output. It shows it is a string. It ignores the rounded brackets also. It is not considered as a tuple now. It is just a string. If I add a comma and run it, automatically the type of method changes from string to tuple. So that's what tuple is. If you want to initialize a single value in tuple, you need to end with a comma. So same concept like list. Here also we have packing and unpacking. So tuples packing is just storing the values inside the rounded brackets. We can print out the items. We can give the rounded brackets, same output will be displayed. So tuple unpacking is also possible. We are giving some names, x, y, z is equal to my underscore tuple. So 6 will be stored in x, colors will be stored in y, 8.9 will be stored in z. See, the output will be displayed. So this is what tuples is. Next is set. So set is a collection of unique elements with no duplicates. It doesn't allow the duplicates. It is unordered, means that it is not in sequential format. It is in randomized format. So obviously we can't access it using index position. So set is usually enclosed in between the curly brackets. So here I have initialized set between the curly brackets and the normal listing out of items. So in order to add the items in a set, we can use the method called add of 2. So what happened here is 2 is added, but we didn't mention any index position. It automatically adds in the first index position. So we can't judge where it will get stored. If I want to use remove method, I can use remove of that value. We can't use pop method because pop of method will remove the last item, as well as pop of method will delete based on the index position. So here we are going to use only the remove method. So remove of 5 will remove the value 5 from the set. Next is length of method. So we can use the length of method to calculate the number of items in a set. So set is obviously unique and it will not allow duplicate items. But if I want to remove the duplicate items from a list, I can use set of method. So set of, I am giving the list. So obviously what it will do is it will remove the duplicate items. It will give it in a set format with only unique elements. So next is some of the mathematical calculations, which is union of two sets, which is combining the two sets. It will combine the first set as well as the second set. Intersection of two sets is it will check both the conditions, both the set, and it will display the values which is not present in both the set. Difference between two sets is minus symbol. Here it will check both that condition, and whichever remains different in the both set, in that the first set output will be displayed. So nothing is there, so it says a set of. Symmetric difference between the two sets, which is the values which has different in both the sets will be displayed. So next is if I want to check the existence in a set, I can use the same in operator. If one in first, print yes. It is there, so it prints the output as yes. Next concept is dictionary. So dictionary is a collection data type which has key value pairs. It looks like set, but every item will have a key and the value will be assigned based on the key. It is unordered and it stores data like map format. It is mutable. It is indexed, but It doesn't have any specific index. We need to use the key name as our index. It does not have duplicates. So in order to initialize an empty dictionary, we have to give the object name is equal to empty curly brackets. So it doesn't mean that is a set. This is the empty dictionary. So if I want to store values in a dictionary, you need to give the key name colon and its value. Next again key name colon value. So you can list out. And if I want to fetch a particular value means I need to give the key name. Here I have given 1. So the output will be red. I can store multiple data types or mixed keys in dictionary. So here I have given the key name as name. In the next one, I have given it as numbers. So it doesn't matter. You can store mixed keys also. And we can create a nested dictionary, which is like first is a normal string value, second is normal, third is I have given a key as 3 and I have given a dictionary as a item. So this is nested dictionary. So if I say my underscore dict of 3 means it displays the whole items in this third key value pair. So to add data to dictionary, we can just use the method update of method. So update of student 5, which is the key, and 10 is the value. See, student 5 is also added with the value 10. So copy of method is same as in other topics like list set. We can use copy of method to copy the dictionary values to the another dictionary object. So to delete the keys from the dictionary, we can use del 3. I can just say my underscore dict of 3. I can delete it. So the value in the key 3 is deleted. So that is del method. Len of method is to calculate the number of items in a dictionary. So we have only 2 items in this dictionary. I have recreated the dictionary here. So I have only 2 items. So only 2 will be your output. Type of method we already know, it will give the data type, which is dictionary data type. String of method will display the dictionary as it is. So this is what list, tuple, set and dictionary is. Hope you understood this concept. Next important concept in Python is functions. So we need to know how to define a function. Before that, what is meant by function? Function is for performing some operations or actions, and we can store it in a separate file or we can create it as a separate block and we can call it whenever it is needed. So it will not allocate much space. To create a readable code, we can store it as a functions. Then whenever we need it, we can call it and use it inside our program. So here the syntax of creating a function is def, that is defining the function, and you need to give the function name and a open bracket and close bracket. So I will show you how to create a normal function. So here define the function, just give some name, bracket, you need to end with the colon like if condition for loop, and it automatically gives you the indent space. So I can just say print of welcome. So we can't leave it as it is. We need to call the function. So it is msg bracket. See, your output will be printed. This is your normal function without any parameters or arguments. Here I have created a function with arguments. So here I have given the function name as cube of x, written x into x into x. So 5 will return all the values. So 125 will be printed. So you can give any name here, square, and I can change it to like this, 7, and I need to change it. It will display the output. So here, what is mean by written? So here inside the function I have given the written. So your output will be written, but it will not print out. So we need to give the print statement while calling the function. So given the print statement, if you are not giving the print statement, it will not print out the output. So return is for returning the value inside the function to another function or outside the loop. So if I have multiple arguments, I can use comma, and I need to define the value whenever we are calling the functions. So these are all the same concepts. So here we have used initialize the value here itself. So we can give only 10 as the parameter here while calling the function. Next, here same concept. Here we have given y as 0, but while initializing the parameters, I have changed the value of y from 0 to 2. So your final value will be. So this is the way of creating the functions. So another new concept of function is lambda functions. So what is mean by lambda function is, it is the simplified version of creating a function. So your syntax for lambda function is lambda arguments colon expression. So we need to give the function name here is equal to lambda and your arguments, that is a colon a plus 10, your expression. So other than that, everything is same. You're calling the function with the argument, that is a is your argument. So value of a is 5. So it will use 5 plus 10 as 15. Next is if I want to store multiple arguments, a comma b comma c, I can give that in this format also. So adding the values or multiplication, any operation can be done using lambda. The same concept is used. So lambda x colon x into x into x, the same concept. So g of 7, we are calling the function, and the output is 343. So these are the basic concepts you need to know before creating a Python program. So hope you understood this lessons. If you have any queries, you can comment me. I'll try to clear your doubts. If you have any other topic which I have left, if you want any other topics which I have left out in this session, I can cover it up in the next video. You can comment me as well. And I have included this notebook in my description link. You can download that notebook and you can practice these codes, or you can write your own codes. Hope this video is helpful for you. We will meet up with a new video. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel Easy Learn Spot and share with your friends. Thanks for watching.